All right, here we go. Okay. I'm not sure why that wasn't working. I'm gonna go back to. Okay, I'm here. Thanks for hanging in here with me. I'm just trying to get this all set up and ready to go. And here we are. Good morning, everybody. It is, what is today? Wednesday. Wednesday, right? Am I right? It is Wednesday. Wednesday, August 28th. Today we have no real news on that we can expect, unless you're trading oil. Then there's crude oil inventories at 10:30 a.m. Tomorrow, actually, let's not even talk about tomorrow. Today, okay, we have one of the big boys. We have NVIDIA reporting earnings. What can we expect? Honestly, I think we can expect some volatility after market close, just because of NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a big player, and just keep that in mind when you are trading today. I think just if you have a bias and it's going well in your favor, just know that anything can happen at that point. So let's actually look at earnings for NVIDIA. Let's see last earnings. I want to see where that lands. Previous earnings was May 22nd. Let's look at May 22nd. Replay, yes. Go back. May 22nd to when? At 4:20 p.m. Oh, okay, so we would play out all of this. Around there. Okay, let's see. Right there. So 4:20. What happened at 4:20? All right, there it is. 4:20. Big move. So again, just keep that in mind. What's this range? 8. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. That's 816 ticks. That's a pretty hefty move, guys. Like whether you were going long or short and you're like, I'm gonna put my stop loss like below this, right? You stopped. Yeah, I'm gonna put my stop loss above it. Stopped. So again, something to keep in mind, right? And a lot of volatility that's gonna happen. I'll say it could happen. Doesn't have to happen. Moving on. Oh, I need to add. It's a denoiser that I have just because there's so much noise around me and I don't want you guys to get distracted. Heck, I don't want to get distracted. Is this working? Yeah. Guys, when I tell you there's a lot of noise that happens here in this house, there's a lot of noise. All right, that should be good for right now. I think if anything, I will do my best to really just kind of leave a noise level at a minimum, but so forgive me in advance. All right, moving on to today. Exit, yes. So today, what am I expecting? What can we expect? Honestly, we can expect just about anything. I took just a small trade right now on the micros. So I took 5 micros along here. Once we hit below, like once we hit this gap, and I wanted to kind of see this double tap on this fair value gap. Just this was just a sort of get in, and I've noticed this too. Whenever I'm getting into just trading, for some reason once I get the first one or two trades, like I don't know why right now, and it could change in the future, but right now direction kind of seems to make a little bit more sense to me than just watching. I don't know, it could just be me, like the way that I think or process. I don't know what it is. So I decided, hey, I'm just gonna go for 5 micros today, with a decent stop loss, and just kind of get in this trade to see where price. Again, this is stupid, but just to kind of analyze price, right? And this could be just the FOMO in me. It really could be just the FOMO in me. But let's dive into this real quick and see what we've got. All right. If you can see that, let me know if everything looks good. Oh. Oh, that's what it was. Hold on, guys. This thing. Yeah, there we go. That's what it was. Hi, good morning, buddy. Let's look at the daily for a moment. And let's see where we're at with this. I think we had a bias on the daily on the 4 hour, but let's look at the daily. Where could we go on the daily? What is this? Gold? I don't want gold. Give me ES. All right, daily. So we had this huge run again. Nothing has really happened since yesterday. Yesterday we were like, all right, we went down, came back up. Today we still haven't touched either this gap or this gap, even not even tapped it on ES, right? On NQ, we did tap into it because we took out these lows here that were created on a 15-minute time frame, but I wasn't convinced. It literally tapped it and ran, right? And we had that big move to the upside right around after 11. So I don't know that my bias right now, unless we see a structure shift here in today above this high here, and I'll show you guys in a second when I get a little bit closer, but my bias today, I'm still short. I'm short into this. That's where I'm short. Let me take this off. Let me take this off and this off. These are just new day opening gaps, but I'm still short right into this fair value gap. We still, that SMT still holds true, right? So huge SMT on the daily time frame. Is it? No, it's not actually. Yeah, it is. So it's a hidden SMT on ES right here. Right here, actually. Hidden SMT. We have another SMT right here from here to here. You see that? So just keep that in mind, right? So high time frame SMT. We tapped into this fair value gap on ES, right? Tapped in it once, twice, which, so I've noticed this. I've noticed that whenever we go into fair value gaps once, there are times where we'll come back and take that high and tap into that fair value gap. And here's, we didn't even wick above halfway point of that fair value gap. So something to consider, right? This could be one of those things where it's like, okay, tap, comes down here, takes this low and runs, takes this high, and then we figure out what we want to do from there. This fair value gap has not been traded into yet right here. So we have 2 points, and so right now, here's what I'm looking at. We're much more closer to this than we are to this. Technically, we took this sort of intraday low, or I think it was a 4-hour low. But again, I'm not convinced on it. I want to see us, like I said yesterday, just trade in this fair value gap, create a model in this fair value gap, and then move higher, right? This model at some point could possibly even wick down here and bring us back up. Doesn't have to happen. But again, things that I would like to see. I need to just be ready to change my bias at any point as we move forward today. There's something off here. Which one was it? Nope. Oh, it was this one. Okay. So that's what I want to see. Bias for today, I think we're going to go lower. Right, so we had, let's go back, let's go to the 2-hour. I think we can see it a little bit better. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of a bunch of stuff. Oh, I think that was the only thing. And sessions, let's get rid of sessions. Okay. So we had low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Boom, market structure shift, took out these lows, disrespected this fair value gap here, right? Right around here, closed. Then we came back in to trade, give us an opportunity for a lower. Here's pretty much a complete model, right? You have buy side of the curve, and then you have sell side of the curve, right? I want, again, if we measure this, right? So this would be our sweep on liquidity because we swept this, right? So this would be our sweep here. Then we create a point of interest or a trigger to go for, once we break this, we're basically, hey, market's telling us I'm shifting structure, I'm moving to a different direction. So that's going to be our trigger. Then we have this move, which this becomes our manipulation move for anyone that was short here and had their stop loss here. So manipulation move, what are we going to do? We're going to measure from that manipulation move high to that bottom, and look at where it takes us into. I love your singing. I do. I love your singing. It takes us down to this 1.5 deviation, right? So So that's where I want to see price go. Now, it doesn't have to go there, but again, like we took this high, or sorry, technically we took this low with this, but it was so quick. Like there wasn't I think we can even measure the ticks. Like I'm gonna say it was maybe four or five ticks. And it's such a high time frame that I don't know that I want to trust 4 or 5 ticks. Right here. About 12 ticks actually. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, she's so loud. She is so loud. Perfect. So now we're here. Now that so what do we do yesterday? What do we do overnight? That's what I want to know. Overnight. So let's just say let's go from midnight to today. This was midnight and this was market open. So when market opened at 6 for futures, we went lower, took out this low, right? What else did we do? Did we move into some sort of PD array, fair value gap, or anything like that? Let's look at the 15-minute. No, not really. Unless there was a new week or new day opening gap here. There it is. New day opening gap. So we moved into Thursday's new day opening gap, right? So we went low, we went higher. Went to Wednesday's new day opening gap, higher, came down, took out these lows into Thursday's opening gap before moving high. Now we've got a bunch of just liquidity resting up here. So we have this high, and this high. None of these have been taken. None of them have been taken. Remember what we saw here yesterday? We saw this high and this high kind of sitting together right before a fair value gap. That is basically a huge magnet for price to just go, right? To go up there. Just like right here. Look at all of these lows right here. They're so close together and price just ripped right through them. So what we're doing here, right, with these moves, even if this wasn't here and it was just this move or whatever, what we're doing, you have to remember every single time market moves, you have to ask yourself, are we creating liquidity? Are we creating places and magnets where the market could draw to, right? And the answer is almost always yes, right? So like this is a good example here. Look at these. We created a low, a low, a low, equal lows, a low, and all of this is basically just opportunities for the market to just run into, right? All of these lows. Our goal is to figure out which are the best ones that we can trust, right? What places can we trust that market can go to and why? Right? This low right here. Well, yeah, we could have kept going higher, right? We have this fair value gap. We could have kept running higher into the fair value gap up here. But when we saw this displacement, it was like, okay, cool. We want to take out some of these lows first. And we did. So we came up, right? Market moved into this fair value gap and Thursday's new opening gap and moved lower. Baby, baby, I love you. And I love your singing. But can you go that way? I love you. Thanks. Yeah, take your puppy. All right. So, again, so liquidity is resting up here right now. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We have this point of liquidity here. Let's mark that liquidity. We have this point of liquidity here. Okay, and then we have this point, these equal highs there. This is like a buffet for price action, right? Like price action wants to eat, and this is where it's gonna go. It already took out this low, this low, this low. It traded back into this fair value gap, which yeah, right here. Well, this has already been traded into, but into this fair value gap level, taking out this low and Thursday's new opening day gap. And now we're either gonna move higher, or we can see us keep going and taking some of these out, right? Our goal again is, can we stack these? Can we stack things in our favor? So right now, we're still technically inside of this fair value gap, right? Like we haven't really. I want to see us close above and then open above for a fair value gap, or at least close above, like pretty good, like not just one of these little like 20 tick closes. I want to see a good solid close above in order to invalidate that fair value gap. Once we invalidate that fair value gap, then that's another thing that I can use and say, okay, cool, price could continue to move, right? And it could trade back into this fair value gap before continuing higher. Makes sense? And that's what I'm looking at. That's how I'm looking at the market here. This is on the 15-minute. We may not even get a retracement back into this fair value gap, right? So it's harder to see some of the structure, this intraday structure here, because we're on the 15-minute, right? If we're I would use a 15-minute if I was trading like a 4-hour or a daily, right? The 15-minute would be my entry. But since we're trading intraday, let's look at the 5-minute. And now we can start to see sort of better structure. So we go high, low, high, low, high, low. This is a failed low. So high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, right here, high. Now, what I'm looking for is, we had a huge engulfing candle here. So this is a change of state of delivery, which basically just said, hey, I don't disregard all of this price action that I just created. I want to go a different direction. And we could see this and then immediately come back down. Right now, I don't see any fair value. Yeah, I don't see any fair value gaps except, no, I don't see any fair value gaps. No fair value gaps here at the moment. So at this point, I'm like, well, where could price go? Well, there's a fair value gap up here. Something to consider, right? It's here. We look at this. Look at all of this sitting up here, right? This is a magnet for price. So we could trade back up here. We could try to trade into this fair value gap, right? Like we didn't close this whole thing all the way. So we could try to trade back up into this fair value gap. This one we got pretty much wicked into. I wouldn't want to see that. And what else? I think that would be it. That would be all I want to see. Oh, maybe, hold on. Yeah. Yep. Well, we got a few of them. Yeah. So just watching price action. On the 5-minute, we could trade into this here. But my goal right now, okay, here's the goal for today, because yesterday I was all over the place. My goal for today is, let's sit. When we see a trade that could be a possible trade, I'm gonna go in with bigger risk, but only if, and this is only if, this is the part where I hate, because then I have somebody holding me accountable, and I hate that, and whatever, but I have to do it. Only if we see a setup forming, okay? And if we can get a solid setup for us, then I'll go in with higher risk. If not, then I'll scale into a trade, right, with micros. So we had this move up, right? We know we have liquidity resting here. My bias is still down here. Doesn't mean we can't. It doesn't mean we can't keep going up. Like, there's also a whole bunch of liquidity points on the higher time frame, right? We have all of that, fair value gap, liquidity, and fair value gap. So it's literally an open road for just price to, hey, look, come up here. There's good food up here and dessert. So I know I'm using a lot of food analogies, but just bear with me. I hope you get the point. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It makes more sense when there's food, right? Okay, so overnight, what do? We went lower, traded down here. Overnight we came back up here. Couldn't take out these highs. Went lower, sort of a retracement there. I think this might be the retracement, 50%, yeah, right here. 50% optimal entry around this area, which is where we got in. Boom. What do we want to target? These highs. We'll see if we can get this retracement and target those highs before moving higher. I don't. Here's another thing. If we look at ES has, so you see all of this stair stepping down, stair stepping, and then I want to see another stair step down here. ES has done the opposite. It's stair stepping up. So there is a huge diversion here. There's a huge, this is not in a higher time frame. They're not going the same place. If we're looking at, let's see, where are we? No, come on. If we're looking at price from here to here, this is the last week. Yeah, the last week or so. We've been moving down, right? And the last week here, we've been sort of, I would say, moving higher. Here's a low, here's a higher low. We took out that higher low here, but we continue to make higher lows here. So what do we trust? Which one do we trust? Do we trust this one or do we trust this one? I still think, and this is just, again, stacking possibilities in your favor. I still think we can go lower. ES hasn't really retraced, right? It's just, it went up, ranging, but it hasn't really corrected this move. Now it could correct this move here, right, over time, if it just continues to range here. The longer it stays here, right, the less we would have to come back down here. Don't hold me to that. I'm just thinking out loud. And this is just my observation. Like I just want to watch price and see, okay, what are the possibilities of this? What are the possibilities of that? What do I want to see on ES? I want to see us, if we are going to get lower, I want to see ES at least take out this low. this right here. All right. Like in order to move lower, right? Like, or at least like wick it and then move higher. But yeah, ES isn't I don't, it's just, yeah, it's just ranging. And I mean, I get it. We didn't have news these past 2 days too, so there's no real push in the market for it. I am in with 5 micros right now on MNQ. Just looking to catch this quick move to the upside. We've got about 45 minutes until market open. So yeah, now we just we wait. Now here's a model that could form itself, right? If we are bearish, we could look. So we got a low, we got a high, right? These are relative equal highs, so we'll mark that. No, I mean, if we can just break, if we can break this, right? Create another low. All right, maybe an SMT here. Break of structure, entry point to take us into here. Okay. Maybe we could see something like this, right? So because we ranged when, let's look at the 30-minute. If you have a bias on this, let me know. Let me know what your bias is. Let me know what you're seeing, because I can only see what I see, right? But yeah, for NQ, my bias is bearish. It's bearish here to here. For ES, even ES, like, it's trading into this, it's trading in this fair value gap, right? It's taking out these highs. So we have a 1, 2, 3 driver here, which is just three highs. 1, 2, right? I mean, this is equal highs. 1, 2, 3, drop, right? Now it doesn't have to drop, but typically, like we had 1, 2, 3, drop, right? 1, 2, 3, drop. It doesn't have to do it all the time. Like you can see, there's these look like, okay, this one's higher, lower, higher. Just it's the like, so move up, down, up, down, up, down. Right? Did we have the same thing here? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Do we have up, down, up, down, up, down? That's what I want to see, right? So we're on the 3rd driver now. Maybe we see something like that. I don't know. You know, we traded twice into this fair value gap here. New day open, or new week opening gap here. I think we traded into that, did we? Yeah, we did. So we traded into that gap up here. So this is 2 things, right, overlaid over each other. So we got fair value gap and we got a weekly opening gap, right? It takes us lower. It takes us lower twice, like boom, boom, 3 times, right? So this is a place that we want to come back, you know, take out some of this stuff, generate more liquidity to create a larger magnet for price to move higher. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, just let me know. All right. So, what do we do? Let's just there was a game that Justin, this is a trader online. Go check him out. He's really really good. Justin what's his name? Sorry. Whirling WERLEIN. Anyways, he's really good. I've learned a lot of stuff from him too, but there's this game that he plays. What's it called? Shoot. Okay, Time Guesser. That's what it is. In the meantime, let's play some Time Guesser. I know this is going to turn people off, but whatever. We'll play Time Guesser down here. We'll open up this tab and just kind of have it doing its thing so we can watch price, okay? We'll keep an eye on price. Don't worry. We'll keep an eye on price. Let's go to the 5-minute. This could be a model of itself too, right here. All right, we got low, break of structure, right, into this opening gap, right, into a fair value gap to go lower. Could we see that? I'm actually going to take this. I'm going to take this. Boom. Oh, dude, come on. Nah, I'm not taking it. I'm gonna wait. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wait. This is like just trying to I'm just trying to figure out, is there more possibility here or more possibility there, right? This is a small time frame sort of model, which could take us a little bit lower, or we could just literally rip up here and then it takes us lower, or it just takes us all the way to the moon. All right, Time Guesser. Let's play. So the point of this is to figure out the image. Let's move this here. The point of this is to figure out, okay, when did this image happen? Where did it happen? This is Philips radio. All right, guys, hold on. We got a bunch of yelling happening. Okay, try to figure out this. We'll keep an eye on price. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're here. Where are we at? Price is still in the same place. All right, let's figure this out. Let's close this in a little bit, just for the sake of right now. This is Sweden, right? What is this flag, guys? Okay, what are they wearing? They got pipes. I am cheating here. Oh. That's not right. That can't be right. Guys, where's Sweden? Oh, up there. All right, let's just should we guess here? Whatever, we'll put it here. What's the time frame for this? Maybe the 80s? No, that can't be the 80s. This is the I'm gonna cheat, guys. Man, this dog, I swear. Hold on, I gotta take him out. Give me a second. Just let's go with 1955. There, make a guess. Oh, 3 years off. We were Netherlands. Cool. Not bad. Oh, okay. What is this? Isn't this the Taj Mahal or whatever? That is the Taj Mahal. India. Where is India, guys? Frick. See, this is why I play this. Like, this is why I was like, this game is sick, because I need to learn. Yeah, let's look at the map. Where you at, though? Oh, okay, right here. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. Here it is. The thing's gonna be Okay, relative location. I'm gonna say right now, New Delhi. Is that what it's called? Oh, too far. I mean, I don't know. It's this is it's interesting. I'm gonna go with. We're gonna go right here. When was let's stack odds to our favor, you guys. What? 32? That can't be right. Hold on. 2007, 2007, 2008. I'm gonna go 2008. 2008. Make a guess. 13 years off. 2021. Oh snap. Okay. Sorry, India. Guys, I promise you we're still trading. We're trying to figure out what we're doing here. Just watching price action. At this point, I'm about to just move my stop higher. It's 9 o'clock. We are about 24 minutes from market open. ES is doing the same thing. So ES is respecting the fair value gap right now. This is interesting. Hold on. All right. We're gonna have to pause our time guesser game. Can we? So this technically we've respected this fair value gap. Technically, can we respect this here? Oh snap. Well, let's see if, because this thing could just like and then start coming, just fading down. Okay, so my stream is still, so when I stream, it's so slow still. Trying to figure something out with that. Okay, so ES has not ES has not tapped into this fair value gap here. NQ has already tapped this fair value gap here. Unless we have an opening week. Nope, there's nothing here yet. We do have this week our previous Asia high, which we need to get rid of it. Yeah, this computer's running so slow with this live stream. I need to figure something out because this is heck of annoying. Let me try to turn off some stuff. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna quit Time Geyser. I'm gonna quit it. That's probably why, you know? We should be trading, but we're playing Time Guesser. Okay, can we respect that? If we can't, this thing will just rip. So here's a model, right? Here's a model to the downside. Trigger, displace, trade into it. I mean, it's a sloppy model, but it's a model. This thing could go lower just because ES hasn't really tapped into that fair value gap. Hmm. We got about 15 minutes until market open. Again, just watching price. So while we watch price for a second, even if I get stopped out, it doesn't matter. Okay. It does matter. I'm just trying to convince myself it doesn't matter. Let's see. Are we gonna get stopped? Probably. But anyways, what are we looking for? So I have this up here. It is basically what I look for. High time frame point of interest, right? Or a sweep. Either or. Actually, this is, now that I think about it, I wrote this so many times. This is backwards. Hold on. So market structure shift, right? That comes after. So my question is, okay, high point of interest. Dude, you took me out. Are you serious right now? And whatever, I'm getting back in and I don't care what you tell me. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Where are we? Right here. So we have a high time frame point of interest, or a sweep, right, of a high time frame. Then do we create a setup or I'm gonna call this a trigger. Is there a trigger point? Right? Is there a trigger point? Once we create a trigger point, and I'll show you what that looks like. Do we have a manipulation move? Right? And then once we have a manipulation move, do we confirm our trigger? Once we confirm our trigger, then we go back and we enter. We find an entry point at a fair value gap or something like that. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's just say, let's say you have this is what that could look like. So you have, let's just say you have a drop, right? Then you have then we start ranging. Then we have a hold on, let's use this with a high time frame sweep basically. So let's just say you come up here. This is your low, right? We make up, down, up, down, up, down, but in this case just a big arrow up. Then we start doing something like this. Then we sweep this low, right here. We sweep this low here. Then what we do is we come back, we create our trigger point, basically. Like, this is what's going to confirm our market structure shift. Then we create a manipulation move that takes out our initial sweep, right? So our initial sweep move from this low, then we create a trigger point. Then we manipulate this by taking out this initial sweep move. And what we want to see from here is, can we break above to confirm? Then do we find a fair value gap or something around here that we can enter into before price starts doing this and taking out something like this high? That's the that's what we want to see, right? Or do we have or are we doing this in a high time frame fair value gap? If we move into a fair value gap, then I'm looking for this. Even if we don't have a sweep, which most likely we would, because the fair value gap was created by a low point or a high point, then we would have swept initially and then into a fair value gap, looking for this model into the opposite direction. Guys, this is the last one. I promise. I really do think So this could be a model here that we could start creating, right? High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Do we break that? But do we have a sweep? We don't have a sweep. Okay. Okay, so here's a model, which I probably should have seen that one first. Do we see this model here? Right, but we didn't sweep this high. This is what I was looking for. Once we swept those highs, I would feel a lot better entering, but we did sweep the highs on ES. See, this is where looking at ES and NQ together helps. Because this here becomes an SMT. Oh my gosh. This becomes an SMT here. From this to this. Smart money trap, right? Which basically says, hey, we took this high, these highs on ES, but we did not take them on NQ. They remained untouched. So you could see this as sort of a confirmation, right? To say, oh, okay, we swept here, SMT, right? Because we didn't sweep here. Then I can look for then this would become sort of my sweep entry, right? Then we have another SMT here, which could be your manipulation move, right, to the downside. But it just, yeah, structure I wasn't really convinced about this. I want to see us really move up here and take these highs. Like, they need to be gone. Right? Even this was like, okay, we didn't really have a manipulation. Right? It was just a sweep down. I want to see a manipulation move or an SMT. This little SMT, I don't see this. I wouldn't count this as for the type of model. For a 5-minute model, I wouldn't count this SMT, this small one here. I would have wanted to see something like this. Right? Let me take this off so you can see it. Something like that. Where we go, even if it's an SMT, boom, manipulation, right? Structure shift to the downside. But I'm still not convinced we're there yet. Or I should say, no, it's not that I'm not convinced. I do feel like we're going down, but I wasn't convinced by this structure. Like, none of this makes sense right now. Like, if you just glance at it, you're like, there's really nothing obvious there. Oh my gosh, this thing is so slow right now. If we continue to just all right, 6 minutes till market open. 6 minutes till market open. Sick. Now this could be a smaller time frame sort of model, maybe. All right, you got, let's see if we can make sense of this for a second. We got low. Dude, okay, I gotta get rid of this stupid magnet. Okay, so we have high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. This is another sort of a high here, or a, yeah. See, okay, we are in this. See, this is another one where I'm like, I don't know. Let's look. Are we inside of a high time frame? Point of interest. Maybe. Maybe we are inside of this 1 hour fair value gap here. Are we? Yeah, we are. So this would be an inverted fair value gap. We are inside of that. Are we inside of a 2 hour? Yeah, we are. So let's take a look, shall we? So knowing that we are inside of a fair value gap, we don't have to sweep, right? Like, I'm not looking for a sweep. I'm looking for structure. Now, this, which is so high, does this become our trigger, right? Or do we create another point, manipulate? I get stopped out, unfortunately. Manipulate. This becomes our sort of confirmation trigger, right? We come down to this, manipulate by doing that. What else do we do here? Yeah, that's about it. Break of structure, right? Did we find an entry point maybe right here at this opening gap before moving higher? Or do we just continue to rip, and do we use it? Do we use this model this way, right? So low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, break of structure, entry point, right? Is that what we're gonna see? This is, and I think, and we talked about it. I don't see, again, we didn't take out these highs. So this model to the downside could be valid. I'm just not fully convinced yet. Right? I've seen these models just not work out sometimes. Even if they get created, it's just I don't know. There wasn't a strong, a strong move above these highs at all. It was and it was more of a, well, we're gonna get rid of them one candle at a time, basically, and I want to see even at least a nice decent candle, not a huge candle, just a decent candle to say, hey, yeah, we're breaking through this, we're breaking through it right now, or if I can see it like clear as day, right? Oh yeah, we broke through this, like right here, boom, these are highs. Oh yeah, we broke through them. It wasn't anything crazy, but we broke through them, right? We can see that here. You can see it. It's just, but you know what I mean. And we didn't break them here. That's what I'm like. Okay, maybe I keep that in mind, right? There's a possibility that still that becomes valid in this environment right here, but there's also a possibility where, hey, we could completely invalidate this, right? Invalidate this move to go higher. Because after we had this one move, all we've done is create higher lows. Right? So huge move to the upside. Technically took out NQ's lows here. Huge move to the upside and started creating lows. So see, we created that, but then we took it out, didn't take it out on ES. Again, structure is a little bit off between NDCs right now, so let's see. If you have questions on what I'm trying to look for or what I'm trading or why I'm doing certain things, let me know. This entry was sort of an impulsive entry. I just wanted to get in. I was in here, boom, got stopped out with a tight stop loss. Then I got in again. Then this stopped me out. Then I just forced myself in at this point. And now we're doing this. So I will, if we see a break here, a break of structure, I will try to jump in again. Right, I will add a more size to this. So here's an entry, and this is where yesterday I think I was just like too cautious on my entries. I was trying to figure out, oh well, should I take it, should I not? We broke structure here, we broke structure here. So I am going to start adding into this. Right, I'm going to start adding into this entry here. And I'm actually going to scale into a basically what would be a full contract. Which would be 10 micros. 10 micros gets me a full contract. Stop loss is down here. And I'm okay with risking that for now. So then we would have, boom, right? Point of interest, manipulation, higher. So if this is our manipulation move here, what do we expect to do? Go to at least 1.5, between 1 and 1.5. Take out these highs. That's my target. I want to see us take out these highs. So I will take partials here. I'll probably take 5 here. So I would take partials right above these highs. I'd probably take them at 1. Take partials at 1. And then my runners, I'll leave my runners to 2 if that's possible. So take partials and leave runners. This is an entry here. Let's look at the 30-minute for a second. Do we see? We have fair value gap here, 30-minute, between 1.5 deviations and 2 deviations. So I would take partials here as well, because we could get a nice wick right at half point of this fair value gap. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay, we got sort of the same thing. Looks 4 hour. This right here is it. This fair value gap. That's where I want to see us move into, right? Look, 1.5 deviations. That's where I want to see us move into. I'll probably at this point take partials right here at 1, and then take partials or take the rest of my position if I get filled right here at the halfway mark of that, right? Because that's our deviation according to what we're seeing, according to the model, right? It's not, oh yeah, this is what we're going to do, or oh, this looks good, I'm going to take it up here. No, I just want to get in and take a piece of this, right? Which is yeah. So let's jump in here. We'll take this. I'm going to go under. So yeah, I'll take, if we can get filled, you know, just wick down here. That'd be awesome. And this would be the position that we take. So I don't see us moving. There's nothing here for us right now. All right. But I did say I'm risking a little bit more today, so let's do that. We're going to validate this. If we don't create new, I'm going to get in with a 8, 9, 10, yeah, a full position here in a second. If we get filled. And we're taking 5 and the rest here, right? Is that what we said? I think that's what we said. So here we go. Now we are in the trade. We're doing the thing. All right. If this goes against us, then it's fine, right? Like it's at least, I think that's what I want to do. It's just, even if it doesn't work out, right? My goal is, I saw a model, right? High time. So we had high time frame point of interest. You saw that we were in a 1 hour fair value gap. We did not have a sweep, right? So there's one less thing. We did not have a sweep, but we did have a high time frame point of interest. We created, so I mean, technically we took out this low. So you can count that, whatever. It's not a high time frame sweep. We just took out a low. We have a trigger, right? Then we have a manipulation move below this. Then we confirm above this. Then we're looking for an entry. All right. Can I not? Oh, I can only take 10. Okay, that's fair. Did we get stopped out here? Well, it looks like ES decided to not follow this. Again, this is just a risk, right? A calculated risk to, okay, are we gonna do this or are we not gonna do this? So if let's see what happens here in a second, because this, right, as of now, this could change, right? Like if we can go to this fair value gap and boom, take us out. Or this fair value gap and no, that's not one. Right here, take us out. So let's just let's watch price. Oh, I should have, don't want to get stopped out with, yeah, that's good. Right here. Again, price could come up here. See this fair value gap? It sort of, no, it hasn't, well, kind of tapped it, yeah. And then take us out, or we can keep going higher. Don't know. See, and this is one of those ones where it's like, oh gosh, it's leaving me. Let's go. But then again, if we didn't get in here, I didn't see much of an opportunity to get in somewhere else. Guys, I think we're about to get stopped. Yep, there we go. So that wasn't our move yet. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, shoot. Why am I? Get out of here. Yeah, so that wasn't our move. But ES isn't moving. Guys, I'm gonna, yeah, this is where like ES isn't going any lower. ES, you're being a freaking rat. Because I know that they're sort of out of sync right now, but yeah, they're sort of out of sync. I'm willing to at this point just give it a try. Clearly we didn't get filled. So C didn't. Boom. SMT. No, there's not an SMT there. Yeah, we didn't do an SMT anymore. Well, we didn't get those 3 filled, which is fine. So let's just say now our trigger becomes this. I will try again in full, like, to try to get back in here. This would be this would confirm a move to the upside, right? So we had, because we swept all of this, right? We had SMT here, and I used this SMT. You could use this SMT as manipulation, right? For both indices here, manipulation, break of structure. Yeah, but then we got stopped out. So nothing yet. No break. So yeah, we just sit here and wait. Sit here and wait. See, I don't see a manipulation here. What is, let's see. Yeah, this doesn't, this model doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. But if you see something, let me know. because I want to know what you see. You see how like ES is just staying within this, NQ is just, yeah, it's just doing all kinds of things. Yeah, maybe it wasn't ready. Cool. Take out this high or this low. Did we take it out? Barely, but that's what we've been doing. Just barely taking stuff. But then again, ES or NQ has been taking out points, right? So look at this right here. Didn't take that out. And I mean, technically took this out, but not really. By one tick. I would say that's relative equal lows at that point. So then we just, yeah, we wait. Just wait, just sit and wait. We have NVIDIA earnings today. And like I mentioned in the morning, this is just something to keep an eye out. I think it's at 420, 430, or something like that. I don't know why I put 4 p.m. Market closes at 4. Or 4, yeah, 4, not 4:30 p.m. Sorry. Boom. NVIDIA, yeah, we'll see earnings today, and just expect volatility. It's a big company, and a lot of people have eyes on it. So best to keep an eye on it. Best to figure out if you are in a position at that time, or if we are in a position, then we can just make sure we figure out, hey, like maybe it's not a good idea to be in here right now. Where could we go from here? Oh, this fair value gap right here. Actually, let's look at is there anything at the 1 hour? No. 15-minute? Nope. 5-minute? Yep. We've got this 5-minute fair value gap here. And this small one here. We could trade into that. Oh my gosh, dude, come on. Five minutes, 5-minute fair value gap. So we got 2. Maybe we wick onto that little one if we hold this. So you just go down there real quick. Let's see if we can catch a small scalp to the downside real quick. Just down to here. Just a small scalp. Nothing crazy. And then what we'll do is we'll look to see if there's some sort of model that presents itself here, right? So we can move either higher or if it just breaks right through. It's so noisy here. Yeah, all of that noise, I'm sorry. Okay, just waiting. Let me know if you caught any trades today, if you got stopped out, or if there's something that you saw that we didn't talk about here. Let me know. I'm super interested and curious to know what other people are doing. I am still learning. I'm still trying to get the hang of the markets and understand a little bit more about price action using ICT concepts, right? I have used support, resistance, all of these things before. And for me, and I'm just going to say it, for me, ICT concepts have worked. They sort of, here's the thing, they're all the same thing, right? Price is price, no matter how you look at it. It's just how you interpret price, right? And I found that using ICT concepts has helped me a lot more than using other strategies. So it's a lot to understand. It's a lot to try to figure out. But again, they've helped me a little bit more than support, resistance, and trend lines and stuff like that. I don't use volume. I don't use, MACD or moving averages. Although I do have a moving average indicator that I made for, it's a daily SMA. You can't see it, there's a lot of lines, but they're right here. Might be able to see it like this. Yeah, there it is. Here you go. Here's an indicator. It's just a daily moving average. Simple daily moving averages that show in the smaller time frame. But I don't use that anymore, actually. Yeah. So let's talk about it. These are, okay. I don't ever look at macros that often, which I probably should, right? But I'm looking around macros, like not within, like even if we get to 950 and it's like, all right, we're in a, technically right now we're in a macro. So it's just a time where price tends to move a little bit more than usual. And it serves as a location or just for us to kind of keep in mind and say, okay, this is where price typically tends to move a little bit more. So just sort of stay sharp to see if there's any entries or if there's like just quick reversals and stuff like that. So I have this down here to tell me that macros are basically 10 minutes before the hour and 10 minutes after the hour. There's other specific macros. Right here, you can see those. So we are within a macro, and that's just outlined in gray. There's other, where are they? Right here. Like there's this macro 110 to 145, I think, or something like that, and then 315 to 345. And there we go. There's a oh no, don't move that. Like what do we do? Do we see this actually? Can I also catch this here? Let's see. Can we scalp this bad boy to the downside? No. Oh, no, don't move that. Oh. Oh, there's the fair value gap here. I would feel a lot better if we move into that before going down. So I will keep it here. That is if we want to go down, right? Yep, just sitting here. See what happens. Well, that didn't get filled yet, so roll with it. There's the here's the one that got filled earlier, but are we gonna hit that? Oh, look, we barely, like, we wicked it. We wicked into it. Ah. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Are you trading ICT concepts or are you trading support resistance? Let me know. And why? Why are you trading that? There's nothing, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. That's awesome, right? But I would like to know. I would like to know what everyone else is doing. Are you using macros for all of this stuff? Like, I have them here. I don't, they're not something that I'm like super just paying attention to, which I probably should. To be fair, I probably should at least try to look at them. I never really gave them a chance yet. Yeah. So I probably should. Okay. I mean, according to this, I would say we've reached where we want to go. Now, can we create a model to the upside? Or are we going to just move down at this point to take out all these lows on ES? Maybe this low. Right? It's like these are so backwards right now. This one's going down, this one's going up. This is on a, you can see this on the 4-hour. Up, down. Which is a bit, honestly, it is a bit challenging. Because they don't even have the same direction. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I want to see a lot more than this. Yeah, if we can wick down to here, that would be awesome. Then we would have a nice sort of model up here, right? Before creating another model. And that's just all it is. It's just, look, model, model. Clearly this was a model. It's just so weird. It's an odd. It was an odd one. It was an odd child. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me switch my headphones actually. Boom. All right, so we went down there. We got, yep, okay. Bro, get out of here. Don't look at my settings. Don't look at my Bluetooth stuff, okay? It's private. Just kidding. All right. So much better. Okay, there, guys, when I tell you it's so freaking loud in here. It's so loud. You got babies crying, you got music playing, you got all kinds of stuff. So noise canceling headphones is where it's at, you know, just to concentrate a little bit. You can hear it. You can still hear it through the mic. That's how loud it is. And I've got a gate and a denoiser on this thing. So potato, potato, right? Can we create a model here? So we got high, low, high, low, high. Oh, are we gonna break here? Are we gonna break structure? Or are we gonna go lower? Guys, here's what I'm gonna do. Ready? I'm gonna try to scalp this market. Because there's so much going on between these two indices here. Like, look, we have an SMT here. We have, like, a lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense to me. We would have to break this, even here, where there's an SMT, right? There's an SMT between these two. Doesn't, yeah, I don't like it. Why is my profit way down here? Come on. Come on, dude. If we break above, I'm gonna say this, then technically that's us confirming a move, but again, all of this is so odd. I just want to catch some of these moves real quick. They also have to make sense. Like, this makes sense to me. So why did I put my stop loss up here? Because if we move above this, then we we validate a move up and then validate this swing low. And right now, honestly, I don't see. There's nothing. So that's why we're just scalping the 30-second. Could scalp the 15. Can we scalp the 10? Do we see anything on the 10? Guys, look at this, okay? Look at this. Look at this right here. I'm going to show you that all of this happens everywhere. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? Manipulation, right here. Equal. Oh, well, that is technically a broke structure here. Entry. It takes out this. And then we start over. High, low, high. I guess we could use that. High, equal high. No, it took it. Entry. Boom. And then it's clearly not working. Bro, don't take me out. Okay, so then are we gonna validate that? This is where none of this makes sense right now. Like structure wise. And what I mean, it's you have high, low, high, low, high, low. And this is just lower highs, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. Then you have these two, and it's like, all right, you have these two. Which one do we count? Because if we count this one, then clearly we have a market structure shift. We have manipulation, right? So which one do we trust? right? Or do we want to see us go higher high, or high, lower high, lower high, lower high, into a manipulation, into a move, right? And then we have high, lower high, lower high, higher high, break of market, or yeah, a structure shift. But this is also an SMT, a bearish SMT. And this is where I'm like, man, what are you doing here? Like, what do you want to do? Look right here. From this candle here, let's mark it. From this candle to that candle, SMT. So then now we have, look, low, 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 high, high, high. And it doesn't make any sense right now. Why would you take me out? Dude, like this, yeah. Mm -hmm. This is why I'm going with smaller contracts. Like it's heading down. This one's heading, I don't know where it's heading. Do we want to take those highs? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go in here. Because this is a smaller choppy model and it just doesn't make so much, it doesn't make sense. Look at where we're at here on ES. And look at what this is doing. So I saw this fair value gap right here. If we can sort of hit it. And see if we can get to that fair value gap there. Straight into that. If not, I have a feeling I'm just gonna get chopped around here. Again, there's no news. But right now, like looking at this 1 minute, this is the place that it could have gone. And then up here, this is the next place that it could go if it tries to go, if it decides it wants to go up, which NQ could come up here, even if this is just not doing much, right? We could get a big move. ES just doesn't know what, I don't know what ES wants to do at this point. If we get a move to up here, I'll probably look to sell 2 contracts and scale in. If I see a model forming around this area, like a super short 15-30 second model, but I'm not convinced about much of this. Like there's no, I don't have a manipulation move here, right? If this is my, let's just say this is my point of interest, right? This is my manipulation. So if we measure this, it takes us up here. But what, I mean, I'm just gonna eyeball this one because this doesn't, I don't like how it looks. I don't have a target per se, but even if this was our manipulation, let's just say, even if this right here, this is 1, so 1.5. Yeah. Where the heck are we going, man? Where are we going? Tell me. Let's see, do we have anything on the 15-second? I mean, oh, okay. 15-second looks a little bit cleaner here. There's still no manipulation here. This is an SMT, right? So this is like a bullish SMT. ES hasn't taken out any of these. Here you go. This is the first high that ES has taken out. Guys, I'm just gonna go with 1.5 from this move here, right? Because this would have been our trigger point. Let me mark this one. Even if this was our trigger point, we're still here. I'm gonna, yep, let's go there. This is sort of a worst case scenario. If this is our measurement, and if we're trying to measure this, maybe we want to go here, right into a fair value gap. I'm gonna move my stop just above break even at this point, because if price goes down, it's gonna go down here, and there's no reason for me to take a loss here, especially with the way that it's moving. Guys, no, I'm going 1 right here. I just want to get 1 full deviation here, and I think that's it, because this is, yeah, see, like, what the heck is all of this? What is this? I think I'm gonna take partials here. And then have these. Yeah. Sort of my runners or whatever. Let's see, did we just create another? We just created another small model to here. So if that's the case, I'm gonna do this. Keep my stop loss where it's at. And I'm on the 10-second just so I can see where things could go. I'm not like, because this is such an odd model. It's a model nonetheless, but it's just not giving me what I want to see. So I'm just trying to like play it safe here, right? Just trying to figure out, okay, this could go here or this could do that. Dude, yeah, there's 2. I took partials there. and we're going to take the rest up here at 1 deviations from this move. Yeah, yes, man, like, don't know what it's doing. All right, where could we go? Fair value gap here. I'm actually gonna bring this above my break even just in case, because again, I don't know. We could go here into this fair value gap. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute this because we've got a crying baby. But anyways, we're gonna watch this play out. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, all right, awesome. Can we use this as support, or are we just gonna, what are we gonna do here? Is that hum? I'm sorry, but nothing I can do. No, I'm sure there's something I can do. I just don't feel like doing much of anything except sitting here. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just set my I'm gonna set a, oh no, not that. I'm gonna set a partial stop here, and then my final stop. This is such a weird move. Like, I don't like how it moves. It doesn't. It's not giving me a lot of what I want to see, but I still don't. You know, we caught something. We caught this partial. See, at this point, I'd get out. There's no reason for me to lose out of that. So there, yeah. Let's do this. No, this thing's about to stop us out. Oh, let's. You see what I mean? Like, this thing is so odd. This is why it's just moving in a weird. There's no shift here. There's no real, like, I mean, I guess this was the move here, you know, high, lower, high, lower, high, lower, high, break of structure into going up. But I'm still not convinced of this. Nonetheless, it's a structure. We haven't reached sort of the goal, which would be either I'm looking for this fair value gap, to be honest, but we're not there yet. So that's why I got in. I went in for a small amount, like just 2 micros. Went in with 2 micros. And let's see if we can get right below this opening week, and then taking this, or opening day on Thursday. Let's see, we could start moving lower here, actually. If this fails, then we're going lower. And this is what the 10-second just allows me to see, these little things, right? Even the 5-second, just models. So this could come back in here and take us to here. All right, here's possibly a 5-second model. All right, high, low, high, low, high, low. Okay, break of structure according to this tiny model. So it takes us into this sort of area, this little fair value gap there. But again, like with these smaller models, I don't trust them much. It's just a hint to direction, basically. So according to this model, it's this would be where we could go. Guys, I've heard of the term Judas swing, but I don't know what it is. If let's look it up. ICT Judas swing. It says it's basically a false move that traps retail traders. The word Judas swing was derived from a concept of goat slaughtering. In ancient times, but butchers used to have Judas goats, which would lead all goats to the slaughterhouse, and he himself would have returned back, resulting in slaughtering of all the goats. Oh my gosh. All right, what did we do here? Yeah, this is a crap move right here. Whatever, at least we tried. We got in, we got our partials. Even though we got them low, at least we we were like, this is a look at the difference between these two models. We have this, right? And this is actually a sort of, it's just a, you can, like, looking at it, you can see it's a good model, but there was no real structure, no entry. I couldn't figure out what was happening here. There's nothing here. There's zero. There's nothing. This is trash. Okay, this is why I wasn't so confident with this. This is why I was like, okay, let me take partials, let me do this. And then that's why I came in back in here. I said, let me try this. I saw this just kind of creating lower low here, or a higher low. Got in. Wait, that was, yeah, right here. And it just it crapped on me. And we broke structure to the downside. So let's go back to the 5 minute. What do we have? Yeah, look at this. This is indecisive. Guys, I'm about to, I will, I think I'm just gonna play single micros here. Oh, no, not a stop. Just do a single buy here, buddy. Because we are sort of starting to, there's no sort of, actually, we're not even, like, this structure just sucks. Oh, Judah swing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, basically a false move to trap retail traders. Okay, so this is a Judah swing right here. This is a Judah swing. We saw one on we saw a big one on, when was this? This right here. Judah swing. Oh, Judah swing. They took us to the slaughterhouse, guys. And we followed to the slaughterhouse, where they're like, we followed a goat, a traitor. Look, another Judah swing right here. Yeah, that's cool. Never really noticed them before. Let's get rid of all of this nonsense again. All right. So we're in a gap right now. These are overlapping opening gaps here. And it's helped. It's kind of, price has reacted here pretty good. I'm going to use this as a point where if price breaks below this on ES and it doesn't, or if it just breaks below, like on, yeah, if it breaks below an ES, then I'll manage this. But right now I'm not trusting anybody or anything. Can we make an enormous amount of money in a short amount of time? Yes, absolutely we can. No model yet, like this is, I think, honestly, I think the afternoon session is going to be a lot cleaner. If you guys remember yesterday, the afternoon session was, it was pretty clean. So we can see right here, I think this, no, when was it? Yeah, all of this after 11, a lot of the stuff kind of felt like it was in sync all the way overnight, right? As soon as we opened today, around, yeah, from 8 till now, it's just been all of this has been trash. This is trash, because if we compare it, there's no correlation here. There's no, dude, chill, bro, chill. This is what we get. This is what we have. So there's, yeah, chopped up. Anyways, I'm gonna mute this thing because we got another crime baby, guys. All right. Today is clearly a choppy one. I'm gonna probably just wait to see if we sweep this now. We sweep that on NQ. We don't have to sweep it on ES, but if we sweep it on NQ, I'm gonna look for a model to form. Yeah, if we sweep this on NQ, I'm looking for a model And that model's probably gonna happen over after probably around 11:30 or something like that, anywhere around here. So because here's what we'll do: we'll have a high time frame point of interest right here. We'll have a sweep. We'll have, and then I want to see, so initial sweep, create a trigger point, then manipulate that into a confirmation so that we can have an entry. Even if it doesn't, even if ES doesn't take it, which I don't think it's going to take it, because clearly ES has been just going up while NQ has been going down. So it's not, they're not in sync at the moment. So I wouldn't want to wait for this to get taken, right? If I would probably want to see an SMT created when NQ takes this low and ES doesn't, right? So ES gets really close to it. ES could probably trade into even if ES just stays around that Tuesday gap or in between this order block, then to me, I think that's what I want to see. So let's see if we can stay above this low on ES, break this on NQ, and actually I think I'm gonna, if we get pretty close, I'll probably stay a little bit longer than 11 and try to wait for that entry to form, and that'll be my last entry for the day. I think in this one I'll risk a good bit if it presents itself. Even so, here's how I think this could play out, right? So we take this. Let me make this screen a little bit, let me make this a little bit higher. So this is NQ, this is the 5 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute. NQ, I wanted to come back to sort of this fair value gap, maybe break here, create some more structure, come down, right? Then we break above this into a fair value gap of some sort, and then that takes us to wherever this wants to take us. So maybe this high up here, right? Maybe right here. And that'll happen over time. So at some point this could create another model down. Fair value gap hits that and then creates another model and goes up. So it just goes up by models, right? So it goes model, 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 model. You get it. Here, I want to see if we create an SMT. We don't have to. We could do this. We could do something like this where we don't necessarily have to. So let's just say we sweep, right? And we do something like that. We go higher. We create a lower low, a higher or a lower high, lower low, lower high. We fail to manipulate this move, right? But because we have an SMT here, right? And if we have an SMT here, then this becomes your manipulation move. If you have an SMT here, this becomes your manipulation move. That triggers, that's your pre-trigger, or sorry, your pre-confirmation to a wait on your trigger move. So this is our trigger move right here, right? Because it broke structure to the upside. Then we wait for a PD array, fair value gap, order block, whatever you want it, like whatever you want to get in, and get in. I think I am still trying to get better at getting in on the premium PD array, meaning when I say premium, I mean we find the mid-range of this. So we find the mid-range of this zone. Anything below half of this full range, this full move, anything below this is discount, meaning price is going to want to try and come back and come back to discount so that we can buy here and go higher. It doesn't have to. I've seen it so many times. If it is in a hurry to go back up, then it could just miss getting us in here. So what I'm going to try to do is, if we do find this, I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to get in here with half a position with a tight stop loss, right? And if my next PD array is like, let's just say down here, then I'll create an order ready to go just in case it's like just wick stops me so I can get back in, right? I'm trying to lose as least as I can between this move because it's happened to me before. And there's times where I'll get in and it'll go, and then it'll just come back, stop me out, go to another PD array, and then just rip to the upside. So managing that and understanding, okay, maybe I get in with half a position or a third of a position here, right? And then add to my position. Always look for model to create itself on the way up. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you're going up and you start to rip up, right? Be careful for these right here, okay? That. Because this is typically what happens. You go up, right? We get in. Let's just say we get in here. We get in there. Let me change this to thick line. We get in here, right? Oh, okay, awesome. We put our stop loss. We put our stop loss here. We're like, all right, cool, we're good. We got in. Oh, it's going our way. It's going our way. Our target, let's just say our target is this high, okay? We go to this, even if it is this high, right? Let's just say we're like, all right, we're taking partials here because that's our one deviation. We're taking partials here. We go to this high, right? So we're like, all right, it's going our way. It's going our way. Okay, it's going our way. It's going our way. And all of a sudden you get this huge candle down. This is where a lot of people just kind of like get scared. They take positions out and stuff like that, which is fine. Because what comes next is now you have a market structure shift here, right? We shift market structure, right? Meaning we're no longer creating higher lows, right? So it's a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Here's a lower low, right? And at this point, we could see now we're no longer creating now we're creating higher or lower highs. So here's a high, here's a lower high after market structure shift, right? And then here we go. Then now we're moving to the downside. But why does this happen? Usually, and from what I've seen, is if we have another PD array down here, whether that's a fair value gap or if it's an let's just say you have a breaker block, right? Let's just say here's your breaker block right here. If you have a breaker block and you have an SMT, you could see price come back down and retest that breaker block, or at least try to trade into it before ripping all the way up, right? And this is, I've gotten stopped out so many times, right? Because I see a model play out. Ultimately, this model eventually reaches up here. Now, not in a single candle, but you get the idea. But I've seen this play out where it's like, all right, you get in, okay. This is why once your stop loss is underneath here, then anything that happens in here, it doesn't matter. You just wait. You just turn off your computer. You just walk away. Let this play out. Take your profit up here, and you're done. Because this scares people, right? I'll tell you, it scares me too when it's like, all right, cool, it's going, and then it starts going downwards, and I'm like, dude, this is so close, right? I get stopped out. Like, this is my position right here. I get stopped out. And now I'm like, what is happening? And then all of a sudden it goes, and I'm like, literally just why? Right? But there's a reason. It's like everything moves in models, market maker models. Here you have a sell side of the model. Here's just a buy side, and opposite. While the buy side is happening, you're creating a sell side of the model, or sorry, yeah. While the buy side is happening, right? You're starting to generate all of this liquidity to create a sell side of the model. While this is happening, you're generating liquidity to create a buy side of the model. And that's just how the market is moving. So looking at these models, you saw that we were looking at it in the 5-second, and that just allows me to kind of figure out, okay, where does this want to go? Like, what's the model? What are we doing here? All right, so we swept this. Now this is gonna get pretty interesting. So we've swept these lows, right? I want to see. Let's go to the 1 hour for a second. We have a 1 hour. We have a 1 hour fair value gap here. Right there. Swept these lows. There's no fair value gap here on ES, but if ES can come down here, even if it sweeps one of these lows, right, and starts to create a model to the upside, this will most likely have NQ down here at this fair value gap. Then we can start to look for a model to the upside. I think I want to see price just come down to that 4 hour. So if price can go to that 4 hour, right? So if it can range above that 50% of that fair value gap, which I'm just gonna mark it out real quick. If we can start to create a model here, that to me, I feel like we can start to play out that one idea we were talking about, where we might want to see ES come up here and take these all-time highs before moving lower, or just keep going higher. Like, but there's still a lot of correction that needs to happen in this move. So if yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, it's just a waiting game, and the hardest thing to do when it comes down to trading is to just sit on your hands, like just sit and just let things happen. I feel like I have to be doing something, right? But that's not the case. So I'm just gonna sit here for a moment, and if I want to here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna log out of this. I'm going to log out of that account. No, I don't want to log into this. We're just going to paper trade at this point, right? Like, if we're going to be... Where's my small account? There it is. Oh, did I have a position open? Fudge. This sucks. All right, anyways, small account. Oh, no, it's micro. That's what it was. Woo. All right, micro account. This is fake money, which is awesome. Otherwise, this negative $25,000, that would be something crazy. This is my micro account. This is an account that I've been working on paper trading, actually. To basically, my goal is, I started with 2,500 last week, and my goal is to have the goal is to grow this account, right, without rushing. And I think a lot of the time, especially with prop firms, right, we can pay to have the leverage of $150,000 of, $100,000 or $50,000, and that leverage, even though it's awesome, it can feel like, oh man, I got to do this now, right? So having a paper paper account for me, it doesn't, it allows me to almost to have no pressure into doing anything because the result of this is nothing. But it allows me to practice and see and try models and see like, hey, I'm gonna try this, see what happens, right? Like right now we're in a macro. It's like, all right, well, we're in a macro. Let's look at the 10-second. What are we doing in the 10-second right now? We went high, low, high, low, high, low, high, right? What are we doing in ES in the 10-second? Break of structure there. All right, this is where I could start to be like, all right, cool. Let's see. What if I buy here? All right, we broke structure. Where are we gonna go? Let's see. We could go to. I'm just gonna measure this. This leg here, 1.5. Probably this fair value gap here. So can we get into this fair value gap before moving lower? All right, I'm gonna go halfway into that fair value gap. I'm actually gonna take this high. Take that high from that from this move, right? So this is just a small model. I'm not trying to catch it all the way up here. It's just paper trading just allows me to see little things, right? And try little things like this. So even in the, so here's a 5-second chart, and this kind of gives us a little bit more structure in here, right? So we went down low, we traded back into this fair value gap, went lower, you know, created a high. So here, let me mark the structure. We went low, high, low, high, low, high, higher low, break of structure, right? And now this is what we're doing. This is where we're at. So now we can see how market is structured. So we went low, high, low, high, low. Then we created this, right? This became, as soon as we broke structure, we could look for an entry. Where did entry happen? So here would be, this is where we broke structure, entry at this fair value gap. So this is an entry that we could see right here, this whole fair value gap. We didn't disrespect it. So we could have entered anywhere here and put your stop loss down here. I would put it down here and target, you know, up there. So our manipulation move would have been, let's see, technically this is our manipulation move right here. 1.5 deviations, which is exactly at that high time frame, a low point. And then we actually went up almost to 2.5. So between 2.5, taking out this high. And that's what we did. So this is what this account allows me to do, is just try different models, try different things. And remember what I said on the on fair value gap. So we got a fair value gap here. We trade into it, we come back down. Eventually there's a second retest of that fair value gap. And I've seen this play out so many times where even if you get in here and you're like, I'm trying to catch from here to all the way down here, that's great. Eventually price will probably go there, but for now we have this move, right? And then it comes back, it tests, it takes out this high and moves back into this fair value gap before possibly moving lower. Now, what do we want to see here? We want to see, can we have more structure? The answer is yes. We have this point here, right, of liquidity. We have this point, and these are just lower lows or higher lows. And this point of liquidity and this point. This point would be our confirmation down, right? So this is a structure, boom, 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 breaks that, right? We enter here and down. We don't have a manipulation move here. but we moved into the fair value gap. Let's see. I mean, technically, this could have been it. So this could have been a really, really, really small manipulation move here. 1.5 deviations right here, and boom. Right. So we would have caught something like this, maybe. You know, 1.5 deviations. I mean, at this point, with stuff like this, I'd probably go at least 2 to 1. And it's so now we've reached our destination, right? And like we're starting to get in there. So again, there's a reason why this moved the way it moved, right? There's a reason why. And this is now a point of interest to me. ES, let's see, where are we? Let's go to the 1 minute. Did ES take out that previous low? No, it has not. This is a point of liquidity that I'm going to keep an eye on for liquidity right there. So this is a point of liquidity that I want to keep an eye on. Once I do think that ES is going to take this low. I think NQ is going to want to trade a lot more into this fair value gap. ES is going to take this low. Once that happens, we have confirmation on both assets. So we have a confirmation on NQ and we have confirmation on ES. Once that happens, I am probably going to go a little heavy on this on the way back up. Right? Because this would be the first time that we actually, boom, there we go. So now we've taken out both of these. We've taken out this low. We've taken out this low on both assets. Now things are starting to look a little bit better. So right up here, everything was so off. Now things are starting to line up. Now intraday, right? In the 5-minute chart, now things are starting to make sense here from today, all of today, right? From, now things are starting to make sense. We're in this fair value gap. This is what we were wanting to go to, this fair value gap. Okay. I can do a few things. I can just decide, you know what, like I'm just going to start getting in, whatever. And I might actually go in with one contract at places that I think price could have a significant impact. But for now, this Thursday, yeah, for now, I'm just going to watch, right? Oh, it would be... Let's see. Do we have... Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, let's do this. This is an inverted, this would be an inverted fair value gap for ES. Even though we didn't do the same structure, I could still use this as a point of interest on a high time frame and match it with this, meaning we have a... Remember, this is just the upper range, the premium range of this fair value gap. But if we can move into this fair value gap on ES, I would feel like this just adds another layer of confirmation to us moving higher. I would probably... This, yeah, again, high time frame sweep, check. So we have a high time frame point of interest, yes. Do we have a high time frame sweep? Absolutely. We have 2 of them. Do we have a trigger? Not yet. We haven't manipulated. We can't confirm, and we don't have an entry. Does that make sense? Like, I know there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but I hope I hope you can understand what I'm saying and start to follow this a little bit. Um, the concept is of understanding is not that hard. It's just sometimes finding the right executions and sizing and taking profits and taking partials and not over leveraging, which I've done a lot. Um, will help you and will help me ultimately to just find to enter trades a lot better. So yeah, let's look for, I started to look for things here. These are, oh, okay. So these right here also right now, these are 3 relative equal highs. This is another magnet for price here. So this could be our first sort of target. And this is the one we are looking at earlier. This could be our first overall target for tomorrow, probably. I don't think we'll move there today, but for tomorrow. All right, and so let's see if we can find some, let's see if we can trade some of these models real quick. I don't think, yeah, there's no structure here yet. There's no structure there yet. We'll probably trade down into here. And we'll look for some models. All right, that's, guys, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna call it for today. I will update tomorrow on whether what we saw here and if I took any entries, but I think right now it's gonna take at least 30 minutes for this to, yeah, at least 30 minutes for this to do anything, or an hour, between 30 minutes to an hour to actually show some sort of model. And look at that, we're moving into the fair value gap on ES. So this makes me feel really good about an opportunity to the upside. Even if this thing decides, you know what, hey, I am going to just break below this fair value gap. If I see a model, I have more conviction right now on taking it. I really do, because this is what I wanted to see, right? And because we haven't touched a lot of these lows on, we have only taken out one of these lows on ES ever. So this is sort of an SMT, a high time frame bullish SMT for both of these assets. And this is sort of a this is going to help me find that model to the way back up. Does that make sense? So that's what I'll be looking at today. Again, keep that in mind. We are going to be trading, if we trade into this, or if we, let's mark this. Do we take this? Do we take that low on ES? And I don't think we'll take this low, because then we'll break underneath that again. But we could take that low. If we take that low, most likely NQ will want to move a lot lower to the middle of that full weekly range that it created a while back. All right, that's it for today. And yes, sir.